Hey Reject Nation, Greg Alba here.
John!
We are going to watch two videos recently released by Marvel for Ant-Man and the Wasp. First video we got here is the Marvel Featurette, It Takes Two, and then we also have the Scenic Tour film clip. We're going to watch them back to back and talk about it. Before we do that, a couple of things. One, I don't know if you've heard us talk about it yet, if you're a regular follower of the channel, but in case you haven't, Saturday, July 7th, 6 p.m., Arena Cine Lounge, Sunset Boulevard. Film therapy with Brianne Chandler in front of an audience. Limited seating. Stacey Howard will be there as well. Some other guest appearances might just actually be there. Q&A. Screening some of our favorite clips on the big screen over there. And maybe a couple of other surprises as well. Saturday, July 7th. Get your tickets now in the description box. Secondly, Patron of the Day shout out for Totally Jumbled. Totally Jumbled, I think, is the perfect man to shout out for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Reason why? He is kind of just a little human being in real life. He is someone who should be more powerful, yet is kind of weak, and he also has a wife who was like the Wasp. Incredibly superior, much better looking than he'll ever be. Doesn't deserve her, yet she's his number two. Why? When she should be number one.
Hey, and pretty soon your daughter's gonna have powers too, so you better get ready for that.
A little Lang that you got over there, man. Little Cassie Lang. Anyway, TJ insulted you, but complimented your wife simultaneously. Take it with a grain of salt. Just kidding, buddy. Love you. Hope we can talk to you again soon. It Takes Two is the first one we're watching.
Ant-Man and the Wasp teaming up. This film, Hope possesses some very impressive skills.
Of course she does.
There's particular set of skills.
She seems more intense.
I was so excited to have the chance to go back to this character. The Wasp is kinetic.
Wow.
Constantly in motion. And there is barely room to breathe.
Yeah.
I have moments where you think, whoa, how did I get here? Tell me you were filming. This is bananas.
I dare you to blink.
What? Dare you to blink? Whoa, what the hell?
Woohoo!
Alright, okay.
Stepping up.
Alright, let's just hop on immediately to the actual scene that apparently we can't blink through when we're watching it.
Change of plans.
Walton.
I want that lab, boys, whatever it takes.
Okay, I got the lab on it. A lot more of a confident direction here.
Whoa! Not bad.
Don't blink. Oh, wow.
Dang.
That on the cameras, it's filthy.
Now they have bigger problems.
Nice.
She just murdered them.
I know.
She
Well,
just
and
murdered them.
whatever cars were oncoming up that hill, too.
Yeah. I'm glad that we watched those back to back and in that order specifically. I thought it was a good setup for what's really to come. I find it fascinating that Evangeline Lilly is talking about it's so kinetic, it's so hyper, don't blink, you'll miss something. What is she talking about? Watching this little 50-second clip right here. Huh. Little. Was cool. That seems like a unique type of action scene. We've all seen car chases before, and they tease some of that in the trailer with her being under the car, then blows up, and then psh, the car flips over. I'm excited to see that entire action scene take place because that seems like a really cool sequence to be going in and out of shrinking, going big, because we see them do that when they're in human form, in their costumes. But with a car chase, that's unique right there. We've gotten a few cool car chases in the MCU thus far. The on-foot foot chase that takes place in the tunnel in Civil War, the Black Panther chase sequence in the movie Black Panther. This one could top that, I think.
This movie looks like they're really stepping up their action. I mean, the first one had cool action, but that wasn't the biggest impression I left with. And for this one, like, so much of the action scenes that we've seen clippets of in the trailers, and even this scene right here, just looks like they're really confident with what makes their action special and specific. And that's what's getting me the most kind of excited for this movie. I'm actually excited that Evangeline Lilly has such a big role, because I really liked her in the first one, and I thought she's one of the best female Marvel protagonists they've had thus far.
I think it's an interesting statement because I don't really know anyone who walks away from Ant-Man talking about her. I feel like she's good and she's serviceable in the film, and she's arguably one of the better female protagonists, absolutely, but she's not someone who I really felt shined in the movie. And then looking at this featurette and then seeing the one clip that Marvel has released of the film, it's very Evangeline Lilly centric. It's kind of clever when they're doing Ant-Man and the Wasp, they're really promoting their female superhero front and center for the film, even though it's and the Wasp. They're like, she's the big thing we're all tuning in for, and they're putting that front and center. And then the next one we're getting is Captain Marvel. So you're kind of getting the supporting player who will be the standout in Ant-Man and the Wasp with a female villain, and then you're gonna get the female-led superhero film with Captain Marvel.
The women are winning. We have to stop
We
this.
have to stop them. I hate women.
I hate them all.
All of them, except
needs
for
them?
the ones who want to do stuff with me. I like you, girls.
That's the way to be a real man.
That's how men should always be.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel you. She isn't the biggest character, the flashiest character in the first one. They did leave me wanting more from her, so I'm psyched to see that we will be getting that. And it seems like they're going to be zipping in and out of miniature mode like so much more in this movie within the same sequence. Like, I think back to Ant-Man and I'm like, oh yeah, he either shrinks down or blows back up. And this, it's like, we're going to be shrinking and blowing up all the time. You know? And it gives it a certain zany, of a specific aesthetic element that I think this franchise needs coming out of the first film.
With what we've been getting from the marketing and then what we're hearing in the featurette, the zaniness, the energetic element, the kinetic element is something that's super essential for them to amp up in this one. And just looking at the tease of this action sequence, we've been saying forever that it looks like they've amped up the action, but you could feel a much more confident direction with the way the camera work is being done and the editing. It doesn't feel that Edgar Wright switcheroo situation. This feels like a dude who really knows what he wants to do this time around. He's going to be able to do it. So I'm very excited. We're watching this next week at an early screening, and they're probably going to only be releasing clips after we've already seen it. So this will be like one of the last reactions we do before
I feel like this has the chance to reach the full potential of the Ant-Man series, whatever that is going to be. Like, the first one I thought was pretty good, and I think this one could be awesome.
I just find it funny how we're excited for Wasp, Ghost, Elements, but no one's really talking about Ant-Man.
I like Paul Rudd.
We already like him. It's just like he's the one no one's really talking about.
I know I like him. He'll be fine.
All right, guys. Well, Ant-Man and the Wasp is the first time we've done a video where we haven't talked about how will this connect to Infinity War, but
I don't really care.
I don't really care right now. I'm actually over that. I thought I'd be in that mindset still, but wow, it's amazing how just give it a couple months and you're just like, yeah, I don't care anymore.
I just want to see an Ant-Man adventure. Let's do that.
Well, guys, where do you think the Wasp will actually rank once this movie is out? Do you think she'll be on the top of people's list? Do you think she'll be the best female superhero thus far? What is your opinion, primary male demographic at The Real Rejects? You guys can subscribe to the Reject Nation. Click that notification bell because subscribe buttons are broken. You can check us out on Patreon. Full-length TV show reactions, weekly Q&As, music video coverage, and hey, Arena Cine Lounge live event Saturday, July 7th, 6 p.m. Cannot wait for it, although we have some prep to do.